So there are 12 right now. Okay. So I'll go to job hubs. Also, I can see recruiting hub. So we'll first look about job hubs. Let's configure. So we can define the announcements which will come on the job hub. Navigation item overrides. So for example, we want to search for jobs or my application or job alerts, reference or overview. So these are the possible items we can search on job hubs. So we can select any one of it and we can put another label. So currently there are no label, but we can have our own customized label, like browse job will not appear. Maybe we want something else, like search for my best job, something like this. So that will appear here. Okay. And I search for my applications. Okay, so this is person specific, right, for employees. So persons will be able to see all of their applications. Like maybe they have created application for somebody else, or maybe they have put in referrals. So all that data would be visible at one particular page. Then my job alerts. Okay, then suggested links. So based on security group or condition rule, we can have these kind of information, like any external link, any task or reports, or any dashboard related information. So we have a lot of dashboards in the system, standard and standard and custom. So let's see. So recruiting talent search. So dashboards over here are like, we first need to maintain them in the system. And I could see that these are custom ones. Then external link could be any link of maybe over here, I could see these add additional link. Like for change job, for community, we can have a link. Okay, if I select community, so what it will do, it will include a link. And if I click on this community node, so it will redirect me to the community page. If I select change job or add additional job, so it will take me to a link and they will allow me to add additional jobs. These things could be done. Then content. Okay, so this is the default section cards, like recently added job task, empty job posting, my job application, empty job application state. So we can customize it also. Okay. And I think we have workday delivered sections, or let me see if I can create out. So we have workday delivered ones. And these are the cards also, like how the information would be displayed in a summarized format. Let me now see existing job hubs. Okay, so one more important thing we can include here in task and reports is the find job custom report. Okay. We could include here the find job. We could see the custom one also. We could see the workday delivered one also. So we can include. So it's like another way of creating a dashboard, I would say. Okay. But over here, we can add security group condition rules. Okay. Or we can rename these items override. Whereas in dashboard, we can simply add task reports for security groups along with work lists. Okay, and those particular dashboards are like visible on menu section over here. Okay, whereas job hubs, we just need to click here and search for it. It's a report. Recent applications, then browse job. So we have seen, right, we can add browse job section label override. So they have also included the custom job, find job report here. Let me see if I can add job hub over here. Yeah, I could add it over here also. So I'll go to that. Yeah, it will also take me to the same page one. So we have recently added jobs. This was also another section we could add. Then recent applications. Then browse jobs. Job alerts, my applications.
Shilpa, so this look like it's an internal career side, or we can also add the external career side link as well, because it allows us option to add other application as well.
So here it would be accessible by the current employee definitely. So it's internal, okay. And my application would be for that particular employee who has clicked on this particular job. So whatever application maybe are on him, like he's moving to some other department, so he has created his own application, or he has created application for some other external candidate, or he has put in some reference. All those applications will come in.
So this is for all the employee. This could be, I think it's person specific. If
So let me just log it as Logan and see. I think it's personalized for everybody. So here I could see recent applications also. If I click on view all applications, okay. So these are the ones. And these are the hiring manager, these are the recruiters, and these are the tasks. So I can withdraw the application. I can view the application.
So I think this is just like a internal career site for the active employee, and then they can personalize, they can save their application. They are also able to look at other application existing in that hub.
Right. It's like internal existing employees candidate home, similar to that.
And the requirement I was telling you, they were saying that employee has to go to Job Hub and look for the position over there. So how about they to create a email notification or the notification in the Workday inbox, so they can automatically get this alert. So I think if we have to configure it in the when you go to maintain hub, there were two options: view and configure. So I think there we can configure how automatically employee get the notification for new jobs.
So for that, we have to come here. So we can see the create job alert, right? So these are the job alerts right now. And we could have the frequency. This is how we are going to come here. Okay, and whatever is the job alert template, no, so we have maintain templates. This is what we was. This. So here I could see the job alerts. So I'll create this email template and we'll name it. I could define here the static dynamic content. Okay, everything over here. Then we have create message template also. So here also we can define the notification type as job alerts. So job alerts for internal candidates can have. And we can have this, of course.
Oh, so
And
configure template and create message is a similar thing or it's a little different?
configure, there was no task when I typed in configure. It was create only. Sometimes
Okay.
nothing was coming from configure. So
Okay.
maintain. We cannot maintain like multiple job hubs. There's only one. Okay. And you can define the announcements, navigation item. Navigation item will include only these. Nothing will come here or custom. So maybe Logan doesn't have the access properly to see all the job alerts related to reports. Okay, like which will gather all job openings and provide the similar kind of job alert. So maybe that's the reason. But yeah, you can look into your tenant and see how it is configured for you.
Yeah, the email template you just created, how it will populate on our hub? It's not coming right there.
Let me. So as I said, we have to select here the job alerts
Yeah.
type. And then it would be used as a job alert email template. And
So it will,
for the message template, we were also able to see job alerts for internal candidates. But here it is only giving us job alerts. But I
yeah,
feel it could be another way of attaching, I think, because we can have
yeah,
multiple email templates in the tenant, right?
yeah, that's what I was asking. How, and this email is for all the employee because it look like it's a person specific. Any employee, how all the employee will get email notification or the message
What happens
notification.
generally, the admins or the implementers, they configure the job hubs, okay,
Mhm.
and they finalize the definition or links or everything. And it would be then applicable to all the employees when they log in into their job hub. But the data would differ as per the job alerts they have created or based on the security group they are part of. So accordingly, the task reports, external links, everything will pop up. But we do only tenant-wide this configuration at once.
Okay.
But I need to check that how we are attaching the email templates because we could have multiple email templates.
Yeah, because if we configure something and as login as Logan, then
Huh.
we can check did we receive any email or notification? We
So
automatically can see.
generally, so generally in client's tenant, we don't give all employee security group access to the domains for creating the or maintaining the job hub. It is only given to admin. So that's
Mhm.
why the employees won't be able to see this task, configure hub by admin. They will only be able to view it.
Okay.
Right. I think there should be somewhere over here the option when I'm selecting the it should come somewhere over here where we can attach. Just a second, let me search quickly. Wait.
Sure.
Huh. Okay, I need to search on it a little bit more, but somewhere over here, I feel that it should be added. Okay, so there's another template which I would like to discuss. So there are certain items over here. If I click on edit, so we have certain workday delivered default sections, and we saw on our career site from here on when we were opening our job application that we saw these details being asked: certifications, education, languages, resume parsing, skills, website, and work experience. So all those data we were able to gather through this particular job application template. So we don't attach the job application template anywhere on our external career site, but Workday, it fetches the data from this template as well. This is how they have done the coding. That Workday maps to this job application template. So here we can have the fields, okay? So here we can have the fields and we can make it hidden, require for all, or for selected security codes. So like for some, we can make it asterisk, for some, we can hide it. So yeah, that is how this could be done. So this is the default job application template. If I go back, we can also have, based on condition rules, a customized job application template. For example, if we're doing hiring for management level 1 or 2, we might need some other type of template. And if we are hiring for particular location, maybe we want a different template. So if I click on any one of it, again, it will have the same view. And if I click on it, again, I could see these default sections, which I cannot edit. I can just override it with the label, and they are the same ones. Only thing, they have put certain criteria of how it would be visible. And if I go here, so here they're talking about the section. Then in that section, they will have to ask all these things. Like if a person selects certification details, then he has to give all these field details. So again, we can make it hidden for all or require for all, like this.
And the
So
task to create is a create job application template.
no, it is like maintain job application. Yes. After that, create job application template. But you can get it from here also.
Okay, then we create it and then we have to add it here. So when
Yeah.
we post an external internal website, the Workday map it from here to attach to
Yeah.
the career
Yeah.
site.
Workday maps from this particular task, whatever job application.
Okay, after creating, we have to put it here. I mean, add it here.
Yeah, we have to maintain here the template as well. So you can note down, like we saw sidebar templates, okay, for home page and for candidate home account. Then we saw job posting template. Then there was find job custom report added. Then there was message and email template added. And now this job application template. So you can just note it down all these so that you don't get confused. Only this is not added on external career site. Rest all of them were added.
Okay. I mean, I don't understand. Sorry, we have to add the job template in the external career site, right?
No, I'm saying that this particular job application template, we have not included this template
Yes.
anywhere on our external career site. But the rest of one which I mentioned, all of them were added in the external career site.
Okay.
Okay. Those were the sidebar templates, job posting templates, then message email templates, and the find job custom report. So all those were added there. Now coming to the BP part, so the first important BP is the job requisition BP, and it gets triggered when we click on the submit task of create job requisition. Okay, so I'll just open any random job rec BP and let's see which all steps are there. So in job rec BP, we can have all these possible steps. We can assign roles for the job rec. Then we can check the budget, then any questionnaires for job rec. So we were also able to add questionnaires, primary and secondary, in the job rec task. Otherwise, we can also have this particular step. Okay. And also, I think we have one step type called configure questionnaire. I'll see that later. Then we can create positions. Okay. Then we can post job. Then we can, so this create position is very, very important to include if we have a position management supervisory or attached to our job rep. Okay. And if we have selected the option of create position, if you remember on the task.
Yes.
Okay. Then it is very important. Then post job. Post job is like very, very important, and it should be majorly as the last step. This is always included in the job regularly. Then we can request requisition compensation. Like if we want to look into the compensation again, either the manager would see or the recruiter, we can do that. Then we can review the job rec which we have created. We can also review the job application template. Okay. So yeah, we can review this job application template which we just saw before posting our job on the external career site. So these are the possible steps. No need of remembering anything. Okay. But yeah, these are the possible ones. Just remember, post job is very important. Okay. But if, okay, you're not going for any interview, if you would have gone, then you should remember 2-3 steps for sure. Then we have this complete questionnaire step. So what it does, it like triggers a questionnaire step. Like we definitely have to attach a questionnaire over here, and it will go to somebody, like either it will go to manager or it goes to candidate as self. So he could see a task that he has to fill in a questionnaire. So this is also a very important type in recruitment. Okay, so if I remove it and click on OK,
Give an error.
so now we can see this button, configure questionnaire. So it means that we have included this step, but we have not attached any questionnaire. So we need to click on this. Okay. Need to attach the questionnaire. Okay. So the task for creating questionnaire is very simple. Questionnaire is simply collection of questions. So either I could create new or edit existing one. So I could maintain questions. So if I click on this one, so I would like to introduce a very important field here. So whenever we are creating questionnaires, no, we should decide over here to which all business processes in the recruitment process or anywhere in the system these questionnaires would be valid for. Like if we are selecting here background check, okay, so it means this questionnaire would only be included as a step in the background check business process. It won't be visible in any questionnaire related step in interview, screen, or assessment. So this is what it means, that if we want to restrict a questionnaire to a particular business process, we have to do this. And if I don't select anything over here, then it is not allowed on any BP. Okay, so we have to make it like specifically over here for which all BPs it would be used.
It's not mandatory, but still we have to select a stage where we introduce the questionnaire, right?
Yes, yes. Let's check like if I'm not included anything here, will it populate in my this step or not? Wait. Now let me maintain question 1, 2. So I could either create questionnaire, create question. So if I click here, so this is how it looks like. So I could have question name, question body, and what is that type. These are work delivered types. Okay. So if I select multiple choice, then I also need to give the possible answers. And then I also can define the scores for that. Okay. And we can add question tags also. Like tags are basically for associating one business object to another. So maybe this question tag could be used in some reporting field, something like this. So if I click here, let me see. Yeah. So this question would be used in goals. So in goals also we have questionnaires over there. It could be attached. Then for new hire purpose, it could be like used. It could be associated, I would say. So these are the possible questions available in the system. Then I could preview questionnaire and export. Now let me see if I could. I think I need to open this again. Wait a minute. I cannot see my test weekend questionnaire still because I have not allowed it for this particular week. So I have to make sure that I'm allowing it. Even though it's not asked, definitely it's like a bug, and Workday would be looking into this.
Okay.
So it's a very important configuration from interview point of view, of course, like they could ask you. Otherwise, from implementation point of view, also very important.
Okay.
So these are the important job requisition steps. Post job should be there. Now, post job is a sub process. So you know about business process configuration report.
The business process option which tell you which sub processes are allowed. That one.
Yes. Yeah. So you know about it, right? So
Yeah.
before
So
configuring BP, any BP, we should look into it. It will tell us like if the particular action step is a sub process or not, and then we have to maintain that also. So we should do that.
okay. So this questionnaire step is included in BP job rec, and then it would whenever we post any job rec, it will automatically populate in our job application business process?
No, no, it will not trigger in the job application process. So I just wanted to show you this is a type of step. Okay, it is not like it should always be there in the job rec. It is majorly included in the job application stages processes.
Mhm.
But the job rec BP has nothing to do with job application. The main purpose of job rec BP is to post the job, okay, make it visible somewhere, or internally, like look into the compensation or the job application template. Like before posting it, like we would want to see the details which we are going to ask, like the certification number, work ex skills, resume, all these things, which we saw on our job application template, if you remember.
Yes. Yes.
So we are just,
Basically,
yeah, we're just talking about template. We're not talking about the job application business process.
okay. Okay.
That is different. We'll see that. It's the biggest one. For recruitment, that is the big one.
Yeah, it has a lot of sub stages of background check, assessment review,
Yeah.
screen.
So
Okay.
for post job, we majorly include only one step of reviewing the post job, and it is done by manager only. And we don't have a security group called hiring manager. Okay. The manager over here, like he is by default called the hiring manager also. We can create a role-based security group, no issue. But generally, hiring managers like the normal manager. Now let's look into the job application weekly.
I have two questions because we have
Okay,
few minutes.
yes. Yes, yes, definitely. So let's discuss something else in the meanwhile. Okay, I would also like to show you one more thing.
Sure.
So you know about Drive, right? Drive and Workday.
Yes, I never use it, but I see it in my
Hmm.
main page.
Hmm. So over here also we have one section of templates. Okay, we don't have anything, but let's see what we can create. Okay, not work. No, 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 not this one. Not the folder. So over here, we should also see an option to create notification templates. So in notification templates, we can add images as well. Okay, it's more user friendly. Let me check. So currently, these are the security groups allowed. And if I go, so this is the major domain for that. Let me see. Yeah, see, currently no security group has the access. That's why we are not able to see. Let me add. Oh, Otherwise, we could have simply got plus sign over here to create template. Some application and actions may not be available. So it's clearly written here as well. So it is taking me to community. I don't want to go there. But we could simply, you can look into your tenant also. If there's any plus sign and try to see how the UI will look like.
Okay.
It's a good feature to know about from recruitment perspective.
Okay. And if we don't have security, then we can click on go to the domain and then add a security group there.
Yeah, so we have added. So that was the biggest one where we need to add, but maybe there's some training constraint also. So that's why we are getting this message also here as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, we could have just got a plus sign here, and it would have navigated us to the create notification template.
And then we create any type of notification here.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Cannot add anything.
Most of the time, I get the tickets which really, because I don't have too much actual experience of working. So they ask me the access to a report, like run a report. So I usually go in the report and share an authorized user, add the username in there. But sometimes they still complain that they are still not accessing the report. And the manager told me to run the report. I don't understand what's the run the report. What
Can
I
you
understand
mention the report? Like, is it standard one or custom?
custom report, yes, custom report.
Okay, it's a custom report. So, if it's not accessible, then you need to check the data source or the business object where if he's part of or not. Let me just talk about find open job only. So this happened for me during my learning module also. That I've shared it with the employees till they were not able to see. So then I got to know that the business object or the data source, they don't have the required access to include those security groups. So this is the data source. So if I click here, so these are the security groups who have the access to this. So only people who are part of the security group would be able to see reports who have data source this. Okay, and definitely they should be included as the authorized user. And these are the possible data source filters they have access to. So we have to look into this as well. So if I click on data source filters, okay, so data source filters doesn't have security groups as such, but they are part of a data source and those data source should have the security group. So you need to check the security groups over here.
Okay. And run the report is meaning same thing like adding as a user.
No. Running is like
the user asked me to run the report for her. I don't understand.
okay, you just need to go to custom report and run it. That's it.
I mean, how to run it for the user? Like he want me to run it for her. I can only access. I can proxy as the user.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
sandbox only. I cannot proxy in the production. So how to run a report for somebody else in production?
In production. So I think we have batches where the reports get run, and for batches, I think security team is responsible, but not at runtime. Like those feature will be reflected in production.
Yeah.
Could you tell me which specific report he's talking about?
It was a custom report. My colleague created it, and she went on leave. She was not in the office. She said that somebody need access. Go give them access. So I went to the report. I went to the share. I add the authorized username, the person who was
What is
asking.
that report related to? Can you tell me?
It was about the gender. No, so it was about the disability and veteran status of the employee.
Okay.
So somebody was looking, HR was looking for the employee
Okay. Okay.
disability and
They have
veteran status.
created a custom report for that. Okay.
Yes. So she created a customer report and asked me to give the user access. I had the user access, but then she said, okay, she cannot access or run the report for her. I was able to run a sandbox, but I don't know how to
Okay.
run.
So run the report and they want to see it in the production only, or
Yeah.
like, or do you want to provide them with the Excel, extract Excel of that output of the report?
No, they said run the report. Excel is easy. I know I can click on the workbook or Excel access and then email it to them. But sometimes they want to go in the report and they have to apply the filter to narrow down the data by location or
Even
certain
if you're
thing.
running it, even if you're running it, still if they don't have the access, they won't be able to see the run format also. And if they have the access, they can run it on their own. So you definitely check the data source and the business object on which the report was created.
Okay, business object means like we have to have a security for business object as well, like data source. I know, but I'm not sure.
Basically, when we are creating a report, no, so we first have to enter the business object. And if
Yes,
we
yes.
enter the business object and if we start creating, then we cannot edit the business object. We can then only edit the data source. So yeah, you need to look into the data source mainly because you cannot edit the business object.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
if you're not able to see of course that security group in the data source, just check in that business object also. And if over there also it's not present, then you have to tell them that your security group is not present in the business object. You will not be able to access it.
Oh, okay, the business object also have security group. I never look into that. I will look.
So this is the primary business object or the business object I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So these are the field names, description, related business object, categories. Then these are the related business object. Like
Mhm.
using this main primary business object, we can use these fields also. So these are the business objects.
Mhm.
And these are the data sources which could be added. Okay. And these are the reports, standard reports and the custom report where all this business object has been added. Okay. So let me just see where I could find the security. I think it is taking me to this page only. Let me click on field name. So in the fields also, I couldn't see it for business object, but I remember we could see security groups over here as well. But for the fields also, I remember that we could have the indexing information. Hmm. So authorized user default area, I won't be able to edit it for sure. So report field, use security groups. So currently this field is visible to all the users. So that is fine. But talking about this, mm, I thought business object also have it. I need to check it. But for fields we could see, for data sources we could see. So just check over there
The data
and
sources.
the data sources and which all fields are also included on your
Okay.
report. But since you cannot access the report itself, I think you need to check the data source first, because fields are like if a person is not able to see a particular column in the report. So that is due to the field restriction. But you need to check the data source.
Well, okay, thank you.
And these business objects, no. So we have implementation suites. So over there, we have workday defined packages where we have these business objects and to whom it is visible. For implementers, it is like almost all the business objects are visible. But I'll check like where I could see the security for business object also.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. What is the next term?
So next is like intersection security group. I haven't created one. So some recruiter, there's a global company. They want to give access to recruiter to specific region and hide the other region from them. So they want me to create a intersection security group where they include primary recruiter as a include in the security, and then have an exclusion criteria to exclude certain groups. So I was just a little bit confused about those.
Okay. I don't know.
I think create security group, then you will see it. Yeah. This one, yes. The other one is very easy, role-based. I can easily create, but this one is a little complicated.
So what's the difference between aggregation and intersection security group?
Not sure, but intersection is they have one certain things are similar and where they intersect, and certain things are different in both group. We can exclude some and include some.
So let's suppose if I'm including manager here and I'm including recruiter here. So what it means, like which all security groups, or you can say the users at the end would be intersected. So it would be, it will include all the managers, okay, all the users who are managers, but it will exclude all the users in the manager security group who are also the recruiter. Okay, so it's like manager, the biggest one, and in that some of them are recruiters also for some supervisory. So Workday will remove those particular subset of recruiters and they will include all the managers.
Anybody we want to like on the right side, exclusion, constraint, context.
No, so over here, like which security groups to include?
They want to include the primary recruiter here.
Okay, primary recruiter. So if we are not selecting any security group to exclude, we can also like exclude certain positions in the organization. So we can define the positions here. Okay, and whether it applies to current org or applies to current org and subordinates or none of the above. So from where these organizations are getting into picture. So it is for each specific organization work-based document. Like
Okay.
for example, we have the topmost one. Okay, so for topmost one will have all the managers, but we would want to exclude certain positions, and whosoever would be holding those positions, no, those people will also be excluded from giving the access or from being part of this intersection security group.
Okay. We can also include an organization like this supervisory organization should be excluded.
So we could see over here all of these organizations as well. So this is not an rest all of them are organization.
Yeah, if I add an exclusion criteria, then I cannot add the security group to exclude on the left side. If you try to put something on the exclude group to on the other side, the
So
second
what
one.
I have configured here is so I've included manager, and it will exclude all the managers who are like the manager of these organizations. So this is how it is configured.
Yeah.
And now what you're saying?
So if you select somebody in exclusion criteria and then you go to the other side where the intersection criteria, the opposite side of you. So here, if I want to add something here, like security group to exclude, if I add something, I will not be able to add anything here. If you click something and then okay.
Okay.
Any role based control. Oh yeah. This can be error.
Yeah, they are saying not both. So this is workday criteria.
Okay, we have to pick one. Okay.
So over here, whosoever is the manager, all those users will be included, but except the manager of this organization.
Okay. What is the purpose of this? This is also this intersection means like you have to include some and you have to
Yes.
exclude some. That's the criteria.
Yeah, that's the criteria that we have to include a subset of the whole group like that. We have to exclude a subset of the whole group.
Okay, I understand. And for the aggregation, we can combine two security groups.
Yeah, aggregate would be like it would be. Let me see this. Yeah. So security groups to include. So I think we can include multiple ones over here. Okay. So we can aggregate multiple. So all the users who are managers or recruiters would be part of this aggregation security group. Also, Workday provides us to exclude as well.
Okay.
Here also, but only one we can exclude. So yeah. But in including, we can have multiple options. Whereas in intersection, we could have only one for each of these fields.
Okay. That's even better. This is even better than the.